Legacy tournament. Okay, look at this. Trevor Petrilli, Max Brown.
Oh.
These two are both in the one of more crazy matchups there is, the Omni-Tell Mirror. Crazy, why? Well, if you cast Show and Tell, your opponent's going to get something good too.
Yeah, so in this matchup, it's actually fairly important to, like, Omniscience allows you to go off on your turn. It doesn't actually allow you to go off on your opponent's turn. So if you do play Show and Tell, you generally have to make sure you go off on your turn. You can't really wait like several turns. There are some matchups where you can play Show and Tell, play Omniscience, then you have a few turns to deal with that. But I think in this case, if you pass with Omniscience in play, it's not going to end well for you.
Thank you to Eric Klug and Usman the Rad correcting us. Kenny Meyer was the awesome recipient of Show and Tell, getting a, I believe, turn 2 or turn 3 kill when his opponent cast Show and Tell, and he had the naturally drawn Battle of Wits in hand. Part of that Battle of Wits weekend in Worcester, Mass, where several players showed up with Battle of Wits, all trying to see who could be the most successful with it.
6th place, Jeff Foster. 7th place, Eric Rill. And 8th and 9th place.
Okay, let's see who's. I think Max is on the play. No, yeah, Max is on the play. Plays a polluted Delta.
In 8th place, we have Tony Lay.
We can see a red Elemental Blast in Trevor's hand.
Players in the top 8 of the final draft open, please report
Okay.
to the invitational stage.
I think Max is getting the judge to shuffle his deck, but I'm not sure exactly why.
Now, there's a really interesting little dance that these two decks have to do with each other in order to be able to win. Neither deck has particularly different win conditions other than going off. So the cards that they're going to bring to the battle here in Game 3, Trickbind from Max Brown could be incredibly critical. The split-second Stifle.
Yeah.
This, of course, can allow him to do something like stop an opponent's Emrakul from annihilating him, or if, you know, heaven forbid, we get to that Omniscience in play, and then Living Wish for Emrakul in the sideboard, and then cast Living Wish or cast Emrakul for free, you can actually stop the Time Walk effect with a Trickbind. Obviously, you still have to worry about that Emrakul in play, but hopefully, since they probably cast Show and Tell, maybe you can do something to them on your own turn.
One of the interesting cards in Max's deck is he has a Boseiju, which actually will almost definitely matter in some cases, because it will allow him to resolve a Show and Tell without getting countered from like a red Elemental Blast.
A little shout out from Twitter to the TBS from MTGO Academy. Some love for TBS. We see a Ponder turn 1 for, turn 1 from Max Brown.
He takes a peek.
See a Daze in Max's hand.
Mm-hmm. So looks like Trevor has drawn an Overmaster. Overmaster basically makes the next sorcerer you cast like uncounterable. Kind of important when there are Forces of Will and red Elemental Blast floating around. A lot of our Twitter fans really enjoying the fact of seeing a Angel of Despair come from a Goblins deck. 4-color Goblins. It's a new hotness.
Okay, back to Max Brown.
Just searching for a volcanic island. They're happy to get dual lands in this matchup. There's no wastelands to be found. Let's see if there's a Lotus Petal. Oh, there's a Boseiju in Max Brown's hand. So he may actually like set up an uncounterable situation next turn.
Burning Wish is such an awesome card. And I just really have to say, I hope someday we get to have the good old Burning Wish of yesterday, where you could Burning Wish for the Burning Wishes you've cast. Okay, wow. AJ Soccer loses in the finals to the champion of the second draft open, Zach Hicks. Congratulations to Zach Hicks. The second person this weekend to win a draft open. The first one, Patrick the Rainmaker Sullivan.
Okay, so Trevor is sitting on a Pyroblast and a Daze, hoping to be able to counter the show and tell that Max Brown just Burning Wished. Trevor basically declined to Daze it. Oh, it's casting another Burning Wish. Possibly searching for... I'm looking at his sideboard. Possibly searching for... Time of Need? If he was going for for a creature?
Well, I'm curious if it's even going to resolve. Trevor Petrilli, like Max Brown, has access to Daze, and Max Brown is tapped out. I kind of wonder which way Trevor's going to cast this Daze, though, if he has one, because Max Brown also runs Daze. So if Max Brown casts it with mana, if Trevor Petrilli casts a Daze with mana, just like that, then if Max Brown dazes back with a Return of the Land,
I think he's
just like that, then unless Trevor Petrilli dazes back,
okay,
there we go.
So let's see what he searches for. Yes, he's getting a Time of Need. So what Time of Need does is basically allows you to search for a legend. So it gives him access to Emrakul or Gristlebrand.
And he lays Boseiju for his land for the turn.
Okay. Indicating that he doesn't really have anything to play with the show and tell yet. Though I can see an Omniscience in hand, but he just doesn't have anything to cast for free after that. Interesting that he actually decided to go for Time of Need rather than basically go for the Burning Wish combo.
Trevor Petrilli taking his third turn. I wonder if he regrets using the normal casting cost on Daze.
So one of the funny things is there's no green mana for that Time of Need. It can only be played by Omniscience.
I see a Force of Will in Trevor's hand. Is he going to Overmaster here?
He's just going to go...
Overmaster. The next card that's an instant or sorcery that Trevor Petrilli casts cannot be countered.
Oh, I think he wishes he didn't play that extra land because he drew an Ancient Tomb, which means that he will not be able to go off if he actually played the Overmaster first. Okay, so now Max is going to play an uncounterable Show and Tell. Nothing's going to stop this card.
I wonder what he's going to put into play. Is that an Omniscience? What do you got over there, Trevor?
Trevor really needs to put... Oh, it's very, very tough. Okay,
boom!
Both Omniscience.
These two players are as gods. They know everything.
They see all. Jace the Mind Sculptor comes into play.
No. Now, is he countering the Jace, or is he blasting the Omniscience? Blasting the Omniscience. Omniscience is now gone. Jace is still on the stack. Trevor Petrilli, does he want to do anything else for free?
It's interesting...
He says, Jace, I think he's going to say that it's okay, and then use the Force of Will he has in his hand to protect any of the rest of his plays he has.
I do like how Trevor basically had the hard work done for him by his opponent.
And I think that we're going to see Jace here go for a Brainstorm. He's going to be looking, I believe, for a Pyroblast or something like that of his own in order to get rid of that omniscience.
Yeah, but he's not going to have it because he's basically tapped out. He may have a petal. One of the things, though, in Trevor's hand is Emrakul.
Oh yeah, he's got Force Will to protect from that, and then Emrakul to actually take the game down.
Yeah, and Emrakul cannot be countered. So
untap.
I think this one is over because it's really hard to win the game when you do not have permanents.
Trevor Petrilli is taking a quick glance at his sideboard. A once not legal act, now made legal by the miracle of changings of the floor rules. Just making sure that everything is as he hopes. Cast an Emrakul for free. The trigger, or sorry, the casting trigger hits. This will give him another turn. Lays a land, which I suppose is useful against dazes.
He's going to take another card.
Take his next turn.
I guess he's going to play. He's just going to
annihilate you. Go to 3.
I think he's going to annihilate the graveyard and the remove from game and the rest of the deck.
There we go. Everything is annihilated, and he's like, still have all these. That is that match wrapped up in a neat ribbon. Wow.